My name is Lugwire Wycliffe.
Okay.
I've retired, but I have not retired from work. I'm a mechanical assistant engineer, but of course I attended my trainings from an agricultural mechanization college. So agriculture is part of my life.
Yes.
And my father was a peasant, so agriculture is my life. When I came home, I realized that there are certain things you can do at home without always going to the shops.
Yes.
Like this project. Actually, this small project, I'm calling it a pilot project.
Yes.
Because it is on a small scale.
Yes.
How did I start? I started by collecting these polythene bags.
Yes.
Which are always discarded on sites. I collected them.
Yes.
Knowing that people this time don't want tomatoes which have been sprayed with the chemicals or with these modern fertilizers.
Yes.
I decided to use organic fertilizer. How did I do it? I've been collecting buveras and burned them to get ashes.
Yes.
And I went for cow dung. I mixed with this ash, just soil. I left it to, I don't know which word I can use, but
maybe I will beg you to face the camera.
Yeah, to mature enough so that it doesn't burn the what? The crops.
Yes.
So I collected all the soil plus my manure, put it in the soil, mixed it properly.
Yes.
Then I went on bagging it to a certain level. After that, I put in my seedlings of tomatoes. This variety, I really picked on this variety simply because it is disease resistant. And even if it has been picked from the farm,
yes,
and you have sold it to a retailer, he can or she can keep it for some time because it can resist rotting. Unlike other varieties like money maker. That's why I picked on this particular variety. Normally with that in our local language we call it sunun.
Yes. So maybe I will ask you one simple question. Out of what you have said, I've caught one issue where you say that you don't want to do farming of applying chemicals on the crops. Are you doing organic farming?
I use the urine, red pepper, plus ashes and mix them. I spray it in order to get rid of the disease.
Maybe to the viewers, we shall ask him another question. Why are you doing this? Because I always see people buying chemical herbicides, those chemical pesticides to do that, to kill the pests faster.
Okay, it depends on whatever somebody has in mind.
Yes.
But me, I just want particularly to get rid of those chemicals because they are not good to human beings.
They are not good.
I want to practice organic farming instead of using chemicals. And when it comes to the time when I can be elevated to that level of maybe exporting these tomatoes, I know the outside world is interested in buying crops which have not been subjected to chemicals.
Yes.
So that's what I know.
Then how long have you been in this project? How long have you been practicing this kind of
this
technology?
This is a pilot project. I've started with this one. This one is a pilot project, but I hope to continue at a larger scale.
How are you seeing it?
Well, it seems I've been appalled to go a little bit further because even the interview is a testimony of what I'm doing.
And because I was just passing by, then I peeped this side.
And you got fascinated by this.
Yes, and I saw these sacks containing crops. I got inspired and I said, no, I must come back and ask him if he has been doing it such that he can teach the public, can teach others. Maybe I will ask you one question. Is this, I'm seeing this project is done in a house that is under construction. Don't you think it would be better to do it on large scale?
Of course, that's my intention.
Because I see,
but this one is a private project. I want to see how it can go. If it just inspires me to go further,
yes,
I hope to do so.
What can you tell? What message do you send to people with small land?
Of course, they should not think of big things. Even if it is better also to think of big things,
yes,
but start small. And you should always start with whatever you have.
Yes.
Mind of the big capital. Because this one, I have not even put it in any money. I have not invested in any money.
If we are to measure the space that they have occupied, what's the size of the space of your garden?
This one is, I think, 4 meters by 10 meters.
By 10 meters. Then how many plants do you have in that small garden?
I have 100 plants, I think.
100 plants. Guys, I think you can imagine in a very small space. No, I will do the catch up. It is a very small space, but we are expecting much yields from that small space. So it's saying that even if you have smaller land, this one is possible. You are able to cut the expenses or some other costs that we do on buying vegetables, things like tomatoes, because he's doing tomatoes. And maybe we shall ask him the variety that he's doing. In briefly, can you tell us the variety, or you were just picking from the ones that you buy from the market?
Yeah, I just picked. I just bought for my own use, domestic use.
Yes.
Then I returned the seeds.
Yes.
Of which I made them to germinate.
Yeah.
Then I made a nursery.
Yes.
From the nursery, I transferred them to those pots as you have seen.
So you don't know how they do? It is just your first time.
Yeah, this is a pilot project.
One time I was in a rural district where I interviewed a certain farmer who is doing also tomato growing, but not in sacks like the way you are doing. But I believe the variety is practicing is of higher advantage compared to this one. There is a variety called Anso F1. Each plant is able to give you 100 fruits. Each plant. So just imagine if you started with the Anso F1, where you'll be 100. You have 100 plants here times 100. Each plant 100 times 100 plants. That's a lot. You'd be harvesting sacks and sacks from this small garden.
Yeah, this pilot project to me means a lot.
Yes.
First of all, already I've got some good information which I was lacking.
Yes.
Secondly, it will always act as a driving force for me to learn more and to carry out research about the varieties of the tomatoes, the variations in diseases.
Yes, yes.
Then the yielded a productivity of the very particular variety. So I think I'm on the journey.
Okay. Then maybe how do you manage water? Do you have a water source?
I have tap water. I have rainwater.
Yes.
I have bore water. So water is not a problem.
Have you ever experienced, since you started the garden, have you ever experienced drought?
Of course. Those things.
Yes.
When you pour there, or when it rains and it shines,
yes,
some water goes down.
Yes.
So the plant uses a certain percentage of water, others is the waste. So you have always to balance the water content in the sacks by pouring there or by spraying there.
Maybe someone would ask me, they are just seeing sacks. Are there stones?
No,
are there soils?
I mixed it. Let me say,
yes,
is it humus soil plus cow dung?
Yes.
Plus the ashes from the burnt kavera, burnt polythene bags. So I mixed up.
Oh,
yes.
Now, why did you mix? I saw that the soil is fertile. they can support
No,
the crops. Then why did you mix with cow dung then plus ash?
Of course, to add fertility.
Oh,
yeah, and I think the way they look,
I'm seeing they are looking very healthy, and they have started bearing fruits.
Very much.
Is there any technique when it comes to bearing, managing the fruits?
Of course, you have to control the disease, as
yes.
I've said.
Yes.
So for me, I use ashes
yes.
mixed with urine
yes.
and with the piri, red pepper.
With red pepper. Oh.
Yeah.
And that's why you are called an organic farmer.
Yes.
You're trying that. Then maybe that's what we had. And I don't know, is there are some other things that we have not covered?
Can I show you where I put my urine so that later on I can use it as...
yes. I think you can, you try to fold the what? Fold the stand. Then come, we carry it and come with it this side. Yes, come and we see this urine.
This urine has to be there for 1 month. You can't use it when it is fresh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when it has...
Cameraman, try to come.
When it has spent 1 month or 2 or 3, again, it also acts as a fertilizer at the same time.
It acts as fertilizer.
Also,
then at the same time, chemicals or pesticides. Hey. This is the urine. That is the urine. It acts as the fertilizers and the pesticides. You can see everywhere there are plants. There's another garden here.
I intend to introduce also carrot.
Hey, you intend to introduce carrot? Hey.
And
this is wonderful.
But since this is a pilot project, let me see how it will go.
Okay, yeah. Oh, this is good. Dakika tuwavile mwimeka. Jiri 19 yonkani. Hey. Aya, oizo tukoleshan tumuulie ekibuuzo kimo tukonkludinge. Then I've seen most of them, they are on staking. You have staked them. How do you manage that?
You just get a branch which is almost straight. Then you push it down. You push it down since that soil is a little bit solid. Then you push it in the sack, but make sure you don't damage the roots of the plant.
Hey, even the staker is pressed inside the sack.
Yes.
Yeah, to make it firm.
Yes.
Then how are you spacing them? Because someone would say, since these ones they are in Bovera, how do we make them? They may think there is a difference between the ones that are not planted in the sacks and this one is in sacks. What is the spacing?
Normally with the spacing of a tomato, okay, you can be very particular, but with me I just say,
you place according to you just imagine. Guys, the farmer that we are interviewing today, it is his first time to do what we are talking about. He's also learning. It's like a case study for him, and I think with time will be changing as he's learning. This is a demonstration garden. His demonstration garden is trying like someone on research. So don't say why. So he's also learning. He makes spacing according to how he feels
that it is enough for the plant.
That is enough for the plant to grow. But I think most of you who are there, you may be knowing the spacing of tomatoes. Some people put on 12 feet to 3 feet, which is a meter.
Depending also on the variety.
Depending on the variety. We have those dependent and independent tomatoes. Those ones that grow on ground, then those ones that grow going upwards. So this is the one that is doing. Then do you remove leaves?
You prune, obviously.
You prune them. Oh,
especially those small. Are they called actually?
Yeah, those ones. Those ones which are
coming between the leaf and the main stalk.
Yeah, you remove them. Okay, the node, you call them over nodes, something of that kind. Then how have you seen the business? Is it going to work? Because even if it is your first time, you must be knowing where you're
As
going.
long as they grow very well and they don't get rotten,
yes,
of course, the market is very much available. Even myself, I would be the first consumer. The neighbors. So the market is very much available. Yeah. Because when one is making a sauce, tomatoes is indispensable. You can't do without it.
Like we have had people complaining about bright. Have you ever experienced that disease?
Of course, I experienced. They call it itchy. Yeah, actually, that is bright. But since I'm not a technical man,
yes,
but in Uganda they call it chiwotoka, something like that. Yeah,
chiwotoka. They dry. Yeah, there is that wilting. We call it wilting. Yes. So how many plants, and what was the solution now?
Of course, as I've told you, that's what the solution was, to spray it with my urine, ashes mixed with the urine plus the
Hey. Oh, wonderful. I think it has been a short video, and I believe we have got something from it. Time is not on our side. I got him on his work, and we admired the idea. But still, we beg that if you're outside there with more idea about this, you can,
especially if you are technical.
Most especially when if you're technical, you can guide, so that we can improve on our project. Of course, is inspired of doing it. Is inspired of doing the project, moving with it, depending on his reasons that has been given down. So I think I will request him to give us just say some words and bye to you viewers.
It is a very good idea always to try something, even if you don't know. Because in the vast, people are always there to help. But then, it's also a very good idea to have a very big idea or plan,
yes,
but to start slowly. Yeah. So start always whatever we have, but with an idea that you can always achieve what you wanted in the beginning. So we should not spend a lot of money. You can always try to cut down the costs by doing this as I'm trying to do. Oh no, okay, you can even, instead of tomatoes, you can do with carrot, you can do cabbages, you can put there oatmeal.
I'm seeing some
also
beans, the climbing beans.
Yeah. That is the part I want to see how it can yield if you do it like that, or if you leave it to grow down.
To grow down, yes. Yeah. Okay, guys, I beg you, let us end here. We meet in the next episode, where we shall be learning about maize growing. We are yet to meet another farmer who is going to tell us how he does maize farming. Thank you so much. God bless you. Subscribe in case you see this content is valuable to you. Then continue watching our videos, because I always upload videos talking about farming in different ways. Maize, coffee, cocoa, cattle farming, goat farming, a few but to mention. Thank you so much. God bless you.